She boobily boobled down to the booby festival. Even her boobs had boobies. That's how much boobies boobied on the boobies. Well, good evening, ladies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to The Click. Today, we are talking about men writing women, which is basically the same thing. So in this video, we're gonna go into deep literature analysis of characters that are obviously written by men that had something else in mind than deep character development. Enjoy! And remember to booble your way down to the like button. It is very voluptuous. She was a big woman who, other than the large and unwelcoming swell of her bosom under the grey cardigan sweater she always wore, seemed to have no feminine curves at all. There was no defined roundness of hip or buttocks, even calf below the endless succession of wool skirts she wore in the house. She retired to her house unseen bedroom to put on jeans before doing her outside chores. Her body was big, but not generous. There was a feeling about her of clots and roadblocks, rather than welcoming orifices or even open spaces, areas of I hate. What? This is like the most wannabe poetic way of just describing someone who doesn't meet your, I don't know, physical ideal of a partner. You know, that super unlikable neighbor who's just standing and watching like some grandma fixing her lawn, like, oh, look at that, she doesn't even have the curves. Ah! We really need to come up with horrendous misunderstandings of men's anatomy to put in fiction books and refuse to stop until there are no more sentient boobs. Suggestions. His poked up curiously, like a puppy seeing a tennis ball. His lunged against the restraints of his pelvis, like a poorly socialized puppy that had just been a young child to knock over, but was held back by its leash. His balls sagged with embarrassment. His balls clung desperately to each other like lovers parting for the last time. I can relate my inseparable. This just sounds really just caking up. Okay, wow, that's gross. When he came inside, his beard was limp with dejection. His mustache flared with Aw, okay, wow, that makes me sad. When I read some of these texts, it just baffles me. You know the whole thing like eyes up here? It really is something that comes out in these texts, just like, hey, I'm talking. But like the writer, it's fascinating.
I believe women are children, so they should be allowed to say men are trash because no one takes them seriously to begin with.
Please don't speak for me, thank you.
I mean, if you need to ban opinions to realize that gender is invented, 99% of the most useful things to society isn't trash, you're probably a freaking brainless autist.
This is just, okay, wow, that's a lot of drops. It's like getting offended by some Zoomer kid trash talking on Xbox Live. Then why should you even care about what they think? Their opinions are literally worthless. Why do you hurt me like this? Because no one takes him seriously to begin with. This, but incredibly seriously. Anytime my younger brother brings up shite like that, I just ask him, who cares? Oh my god, okay. Well, interesting. Moving on.
No, Craig, I want a big, dumb, fake answer.
Noelle rolls her eyes. I think her breasts roll in sync with them. Girls' breasts are so amazing. Eyes up here, but my boobs are also eyes. I looked deep inside her booba, right into their soul. The way to a woman's heart is through booba! Girls in movies, ripping people to shreds with their teeth, traveling in swarms, protecting ancient rivers filled with treasure and danger. Girls IRL, swimming peacefully, might nibble you if you're a bastard. Frick, it seems I have gotten girls and piranhas mixed up again. Oh my god, Courtney, stop nibbling! We're in the public swimming pool! You should be ripping them to shreds! With your num-num? Ellipses are a whole other thing. Some people use them to be mysterious or threatening, and of course they can be massively slutty.
It was great to see you. It was great to see you. It was great to see you.
Oh, it's okay, well, let me just come in closer so I'm sure that I see you. It was great to see. Should we hang out soon again sometimes? Please say yes. I have no friends, and there's a good reason for it.
When your tampon accidentally hits your G-spot.
I mean, it's Cards Against Humanity. So I mean, half the cards are just sarcastic BS anyway. So in that sense, I'll take this with a huge grain of salt. But still, this would be like writing it, you know. The man was wiping his pee-pee with the toilet paper and it just rubbed really nicely. It's just like, oh, shabbalaboosh.
Fair Esmeralda, she'll never love one such as me. Curse this world that sees beauty only in what it sees. My body is bent, but my mind upright. My voice is obscene, but my words are pure. My form is wretched, but
he's chasing you for a most worthy soul. Bravo, sir.
Ew.
Oh, come on.
Angela ran for dear life, pistol in hand, one shoe untied, and breasts bouncing like two pit bulls that were trying to desperately escape from the confines of her shirt. You know the picture this paints for me? It's like, imagine there's an action scene, a superhero movie or like an action movie, and instead of capturing the whole action scene of people fighting and running and shooting, the cameraman just awkwardly zooms in on the main protagonist's bosom, like, yeah, this the good, and then brings it to the editor, and he's just like, what the fuck? What is this garbage? Steve, I swear to God! Just read the description of a woman who is 110 pounds soaking wet with a heavy chest and would get any man's attention. I am trying to picture this woman, but every image I can think of is a cartoon.
Bathing erotically again. If only naughties wasn't so sweaty, I wouldn't need to bathe so much. Then I could stop getting naughties on account of how erotic my bathing is, not to be trapped in an endless frick wash cycle.
What?
Wait, who's coming through the bushes? Wait, what's that you're doing?
I don't know, bathing?
But it's not erotic bathing.
Sure, just regular bathing.
You've changed my life.
Boring. I think that's so weird. Like, when somebody's just showering alone in their apartment at home, in like movies or something, it's like, who does that? Or like when men too have this, dramatic stance, when the shower is coming down their head and they're standing like with one arm on the wall, like, I'm so deep and troubled. When I shower on deep and troubled, I probably stand like a freaking zombie just staring out into nothingness. Like, what? You don't put on the show if nobody's watching. Right?
When I was the director of the CIA, we valued individuals based on their talent and skill, not their race or sexuality. I will never forget what one female analyst said to me. Thank you for valuing me for my work. I want my abilities and achievements to define me, not my sexuality.
I bet this story is real because as a woman, I'm always talking to my bosses about my sexuality.
That's like grounds for some HR crap. Honestly, I wish we reach a world in the future where all people that are hiring just hire because of the people's personality and skill and reliability and so on. Everyone has a fair chance and everyone has the same opportunities. I like to think we're going in that direction, which is really nice. But this kind of tweet is kind of just like virtue signaling, and at the same time just, the story. And then everybody in the Starbucks clapped. Champion of mixed martial arts women, Shin Oin... I'm butchering this, I'm so sorry. The strongest woman in the world, but she is too lonely because she doesn't have a boyfriend by her side. I've actually read the webtoon adaptation of this web novel and can offer some insight. Though, keep in mind, it's been a while since I've read it, so some details are fuzzy. Spoilers for those interested. So while, yes, the protagonist initially has trouble getting a boyfriend due to her strength, after she gets transmigrated into a fantasy world, she finds a guy that loves her, ungodly strength and all. So while the premise seems iffy based on this description alone, it's a pretty sweet story, and also has a lot of fun instances where she destroys the whole
Pregnant woman can't fight.
stereotype in the world she fell into. Honestly, that doesn't sound too bad.
And we're here. Do you want to have naughties with me?
But aren't you like sort of Jason's girl?
Absurd. I am free to do what I want when I want. If you're not interested, I can probably...
No, I'm happy to oblige. So is there anything I need to know about making love to a Tamarinian?
Just that love has nothing to do with it. Oh, whoa.
I think we can all admit that at some point, I think most people have awkward fantasies about, your perfect date and like some like super dream partner just coming up to you out of nowhere, like, hi there, hot stuff, and you don't even have to do anything. It's just like, wow, this is a good freaking day. But it's kind of cringe when you actually publish it, because the people who would be on the opposite side of the story see it too. And it's just kind of weird for everybody. Just... Fantasies are fine, but they're not always something that should be printed.
Hey there, handsome. Want some company? Oh, you look warm. Join us for a swim. Oops, didn't see you. Better take my number, see, make sure you're okay.
Can't a man ever enjoy catwalk without being catcalled? The struggle.
Oh my god, I can relate, fellow male. The strugles of having all the whammons come up to me all the time. And it's like, hey, kidding, I never go outside. I'm a YouTuber. Jesus, at least I don't have to be catcalled. The struggles.
She femaled femininely across the room, her breasting breastily. Her jeans were tighter than my a-hole.
Which Ed Sheeran song is this?
Don't do my boy like that. Most women in the Bay Area are soft and weak, cosseted and naive despite their claims of worldliness, and have generally full of shite. They have their self-regard, entitlement, feminism, and seasonally vaunt their independence. But the reality is, come the epidemic plague of foreign invasion, they become pricely the sort of useless baggage you trade for a box of shotgun shells or a jerry can of diesel. I have no clue who this person is, but I'm assuming they're not like the super bad alpha male like they try to make themselves out to be. Here's the thing, if you are a confident, competent person, you usually don't feel the need to put other people down like this. It tells more about you than about them, fam. I was just trying to see how tall Serena Williams is. She's of a voluptuous body build with a pear body shape. The pear body shape is also a nice body figure and a common shape amongst most women, and is no longer a favorite amongst celebrities since most of them are striving for the hourglass shape. The shape is defined by a relatively small bust, while the wide hips and a small waist. Generally, body fat is stored in the lower region of the body, making it more prominent than the upper region. Slender shoulders and a small bust size are also characters of this figure. With her 6D cup size and 44 inches waist, Serena has a complete pear-shaped body. She is 5 feet and 9 inches tall. There we go! Finally! Got it! This height makes her highly noticeable from afar. She is as tall as Michelle Obama. Alright? The smallness of her 28-inch waist is enhanced by her flat tummy, probably from the extensive workout regime she has to undergo in relation to her games. Her body measurements are 36, 28, 44 inches. It's like oddly specific. I'm getting really creepy vibes from this. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Women in literature after male characters demean, objectify, and dehumanize them.
I would like to share a night of incredible naughties with you.
You're an absolute brute who can't look past the bust size. I mean, here's the thing. Everyone is entitled to their preference, whether be that personality-based or physical or anything of the sort. Having a type when it comes to relationships or your dream partner and stuff is perfectly fine, and everyone is entitled to it. If you enter a relationship with your partner that you don't feel match you either on the physical plane or the psychological plane or personality or passion plane or just chemistry or what have you, it's not going to be a happy relation anyway in the long run. So having a preference that is kind of specific or some people don't fit into is perfectly okay, but you don't need to like project that on everyone in the world. Most people you encounter in life are not gonna be people you're interested in dating, and that's okay. That's the same for everyone. But this is just kind of weird. This is something that, you know, r/nice guys fantasize about. I am looking for a Proverbs 31 wife that must meet the criteria. Heart. 1. She must be Christ-centered. 2. Absolutely gorgeous. 3. Can sing/worshipper. 4. Isn't that 2 points though? Okay, anyway. 3.5. Worshipper. 4. African or mixed race. Stunning. Smile. But that's another point. You're just making sub-points here. Dude, stick to the bullet point. Anyway, okay. Sorry, getting upset. Between the age of 22 and 27, absolutely no. Kids love Jesus more than anything else. Even more than you? Alright, can cook and is tidy. An is between 5 feet and 5'4". So you are 5'5", I'm assuming. Sorry, anyway. Never been married before, preferably a virgin. Submitted and great a listener. Is willing to travel the world and preach the gospel of our Lord. Yes, she must be her husband. She must be wisdom and blah, blah, blah. If there's any submitted application for review, thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be establishment unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Do you have what it takes to marry a prophet? I'm gonna speak for most people, I think. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. Please roast me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'll pass. Thank you. For a prophet, you didn't foresee that now, did you? Sorry. Man, I'm turning angry.
Ethnic considerations.
Oh, I just love that title. Wow, this is gonna go good. The basic racial and ethnic types have distinct anatomical characteristics. I really hate where this is going. Black, large brown nipples, chin-shaping corkscrew and wiry black pubic hair, protruding buttocks, oriental sparse pubic hair, very fine. What is this like? What is this for? Slavic, Nordic, English, Irish, Mediterranean. I dislike this, really. But like I said, everyone is entitled to have a preference. I know different people are attracted to different things, and that's perfectly okay. But this just comes off as really frickin' racist. And you're also focusing on, like, oddly intimate parts. This makes anyone uncomfortable. Jesus. You must stay as still as a corpse. That is the virtue of a lady.
You know, you can stay still when you're dead, and
You should also spend your life that way. Wisdom words from very non-wise people.
Amelia Earhart trying to fly her plane, but her seat won't stop vibrating. Blah!
This is just, I think this is... I also love how they replaced the I in vibrating with the one so it wouldn't get tagged by like TikTok auto moderation. Every fall, Princeton raises her skirt at the corporate recruiters who came onto campus and, as you say in America, show them some skin. The skin Princeton showed was good skin, of course, young, eloquent, and clever as can be. But even among all that skin, I knew in my senior year that I was something special. I was a perfect breast. Is this text written from the perspective of the boob? Is this literally a book about a sentient boob? Alright, if you will, tan, succulent, seemingly defiant of gravity, and I was confident of getting any job I wanted. As an employed boob, I guess. Beautiful. I can't! I mean, this can't be real, right?
Pute! Meh!
Aid. Zap! Looking back in panic, Adrian discovered that an arrow had hit the beast. An archer walked out from behind the bushes. She was armed, but still couldn't hide her beauty.
Ha ha! Joke's on you! Woman in the woods, I can see your pretty face!
There is no way you can stop me from undressing you with my eyes as a thank you for saving my miserable, tragic life. Her personal parts, slooshy sounds became increasingly slooshier with each pass. Jesus freaking Christ, why would anyone want to read this? Indistinguishable from hot macaroni and cheese being vigorously turned with a wooden spoon. That is like the least romantic description I think I've ever heard about anything in my entire life.
Oh baby, you wanna do the splooshy cheese tonight? Yeah!
Oh my god, if you had a monkey that just randomly smashed a keyboard, you would come up with better literature than this.
A girl-sized hand needs a girl-sized pen.
Parker's got the message. Now you can get the pen compact job. But the height of the pen, I don't think I've ever seen anyone have an issue with that. The thickness of the pen, yeah, for sure. That can be annoying if the pen is too thick for you. But what is this supposed to mean?
It right as long as our man-sized daughter.
My eyes are down here.
Titface! The superhero of all male writers. Look at this. If you employ this hero in your literature, you can literally look at the booba and look them in the eyes. No, actually not. But you can look at where their eyes would normally be and look at the booba at the same time. Everyone is happy. Look at that. Just, the world just meets in the middle. Isn't that beautiful? She gives his arm one of those platonic but lingering touches that women have been using to secretly control civilization for 50,000 years. As she heads back to the room, Jeff adds carefully,
What? Fade out.
He slid your panties off and slid his fingers, but to his surprise, no opening could be found. He now knew you were untouched, unbroken.
Does Mefar really think we got a tamper evidence seal?
It's not like one of those milk cartons, you have to rip open. It's the... Okay, I think this is a losing battle trying to explain this. Let me help you with that. The deep, velvety voice startled me. I jump back, the cigarette falling from my mouth. Turning around, my ovaries swell painfully. Ayla Montalto stands a few inches away, Sepal lighter in hand, offering it to me. I exhale, slowly, bending to scoop up my cigarette, unable to stop my gaze from sweeping over his fit freaking body.
Oh! My ovaries! If a woman needs it, should she be spanked? We asked these souls.
I mean, short answer, if she likes it, yeah. Otherwise, no.
After 30 weeks of being preggo, the baby is now fully formed inside of a lady's body and will soon be time for the birthing.
That's how it works. The baby's legs come inside yours. That's why you're really good at squats when you're preggo. You're basically squatting for two. What to say when she takes off her headphones? Is this from like some pickup article? Okay. You smile in a friendly, confident manner.
Hey! I know it's not normal for people to talk to someone with headphones in, but I was walking along and saw you and thought, wow, she's a cutie. I have to say hi. I am Dan. What's your name?
The woman, usually flattered by the compliment and impressed by your confidence to approach her like that.
Jessica.
You add in some humor.
Cool! It's nice to meet you, Jessica. I don't normally talk to girls with headphones, but your big green headphones were just calling to me.
A woman, most likely laughing, smiling, and enjoying the interaction. You let her know that you have something to do, somewhere to go, so she understands that you're not going to stand there talking to her for 30 minutes because you're a successful alpha male who's busy.
Anyways, I'm just out doing a bit of shopping at the moment. I'm on my way to the store. How's your day going so far?
How to be a complete waste of carbon atoms. What is this? It's like a human interaction guide for aliens. She walked through the door. Boobs first. I stared in amazement. I've never seen boobs so big. She stumbled in further. I stuttered.
Do you need help?
She said something I couldn't hear. Such huge boobies. I couldn't take my eyes off them. She fell backwards. I ran to her in an attempt to help. I grabbed a fistful of the boobs. Man, they were huge, and pulled them apart. She looked up at me, breathing heavily, and smiled.
Thank you,
she said, breathlessly. I smiled back before taking a deep breath and calling out, "Someone call an ambulance! Her breasts are suffocating her!" This is some weird kind of alternate universe. When breasts make up like half your body mass, most women can get up when they fall over. They're not like beetles. My friend Ali, 5'2", with an attitude ginger, 102 pounds, for his green eyes, peppered freckles, found this rock the size of my foot. You should feel bad for that randomly long and unhelpful pic title. I feel like OP is trying to find a hookup for Ali and just use the rock as an excuse. What kind of weirdo puts a title like that? Sounds like some Hannibal Lecter shite.
And your breasts, I see how they jostle beneath your garments as if they have a life and a lust of their own. They stir beneath that veil of fabric, that weight that restrains them like two tigers against their chains. Rar XD.
I can just imagine this being actually written into a book. She was having steak dinner, but the literal lions that are her boobies were just trying to get at that steak. Oh! Her boobies were beginning to noticeably develop. Her heart might have problems, but her flesh continued growing nonetheless. It felt strange to see my little sisters grow by the day up, and she'd been a child, and I suddenly had her for... Yet within that tiny chest, my sister's heart was defective. What a sensitive, beautiful way to say that someone in the family is like terminally ill. You know, look at them boobs underneath those boobs of what I assume is a frickin' minor. There's a broken heart. Wow, it's poetic. Nice. What did they do to Winnie the Pooh? Oh, okay.
This female character wears revealing clothing because it fits her character.
This female character wears revealing clothing because it's better for her powers/abilities.
This female character wears revealing clothing because the creator was horny at the time of the drawing board.
Classiness. Nothing says IQ like revealing clothing. Dear men writers, lesser known facts when writing women. High-heeled shoes don't become flats if you break the heels off. The posts of earrings aren't sharp. Nail polish takes a long time to dry and smudges when wet. You can't hold in a period like pee. Inserting a tampon is not arousing or sexual in any way, ever. Feel free to add your own. I mean, yeah. Even I know that, and I never leave my house. I wish we could see the post of all the nice stuff men do, like opening the door for you, when they see that you have dropped your glove and they sprint after you, when they offer the seat at the library because they are just leaving and they see you're looking for one, when they ask if you need help because you can't figure out how the printer is working. I keep seeing all these posts about creeps on campus, but can we start recognizing all the gentlemen instead? Sincerely, a female student! I am willing to bet a large sum of cheese doodles that this was not written by a female student. A momentous discovery which little girls was destined to make. They noticed the pee-pee of a brother or playmate, strikingly visible and in large proportions. At once, they recognized it as the superior. What do you mean, superior to what? Okay, 110 counterpart of their own small and inconspicuous organ.
You have a big kidney? Wow, you're freaking superior.
And from that time forward, fall victim to the envy of the pee-pee. Oh my god, you make it sound like it's like a sculpture of a messiah. It's a pee-pee. And you know the best part about this? This same writer probably has multiple chapters in this book when they treat the booba like it's some kind of frickin' god.
They bow down to the people like, I would never do to the booba. Oh.
Padme is fast asleep. Isn't she cute when she sleeps? She does not have a clue who's outside.
Is it me or Sony making the lead female protagonist look masculine as heck? Barely no curves or rough, non-feminine features, unlike the average woman, like Toulouse, Ellie, etc. Just saying, hashtag my 2 cents. No one asked. Pick from the game on the left, fan made on the right, higher fans, lol.
I mean, the right one is a more traditional female, but there's nothing wrong with the left one. Everyone looks different. If you want fan service characters in every game you play, you can just download a bunch of skimpy anime mods for Skyrim. That doesn't mean that every character in every game has to cater to that. And I bet the same person would also call themselves like a real gamer when all they care about is just looking at a pair of cheeks. Fine, casting 20-year-olds as teen because teens have shite-like school they're required to go to, making adult actors more reliable, and teens also might not be able to handle the workload, and adult actors are generally more experienced. Frickin' bad. Casting 20-year-olds as teens so you can make softcore naughties of underage kids without getting thrown in jail.
It's okay if you say Riverdale.
Is it just me, or there's a distinct subsection of American movie culture, which is just obsessively weird about teenagers? I don't know about you, but when I was a teenager, I was a skinny, pimply, awkward, lazy, incompetent schmuck who played video games most days. Like, I don't get why they try to over-romanticize the part of your life. Like, the people they are trying to romanticize, like the American teenagers in movies, would rather strike me as like 25-year-old senior, like, university students. Or, you know, people that have just started their first office job or something like that. You're describing like a 25-year-old, not a teenager in high school. Do you think I reference dinosaurs too much when I write? I asked. She was silent, like the P in pterodactyl, but it said everything.
That's so good.
It makes no sense. Cut in half. Survives. Limbs cut off and burned in lava. Survives. Sad. Dies. I remember that. I was kind of young when I saw the prequels for the first time, and I was so confused about the ending to that movie. I was like, wait, how did she die? She was like a little bit of a sad cry. Because her husband turned like bad boy. Oh, I'm heartbroken. Oh, I'm dead. But meanwhile, everyone else gets cut in half and mutilated, and they're like, oh, hippity hoppity, I'm fine. This was a confusing piece of cinematic storytelling. At the touch of her lips, it grew long and swollen. I grasped as she squeezed and pulled expertly. It was the best balloon giraffe I'd ever seen. Me writing about men like bad male authors write about women.
He charged into the room, her testicles bouncing gaily. I saw a scar and wondered if he had a vasectomy. He opened his plump lips, full of promise, but annoying words came out. Something about a football match.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, laddies, lasses, and lasses, I do hope you enjoyed this beautiful video. Stay amazing, and hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Mwah.